Okay, can I get a little commotion for my sweatshirt? It's Dolly Parton as the Queen of Hearts. It's a really cute design. The only time I fish for compliments is when I wear this sweater because I think it's just such a cute design and nobody ever says anything. And I'm like, hello? I live in Tennessee, the capital of Dolly Parton. Like, somebody notice. But we're not talking about Dolly Parton today. I'm going to be talking about my Kobo Clara Black and White e-reader. My mom got me this for my birthday about a month ago, so I just wanted to do a little review. It's not going to be like the most in-depth review. I'm just kind of giving a baseline overview of my opinions after using it for about a month. Right off the top, my mom also got me this case for it, which I was just gonna get like one of those plastic like clear cases so I could put like cute stickers or whatever and like maybe have a pop socket on the back because like I love a good pop socket, and with the cute stickers, it'd be so cute, like the girlies do. But I do like this one because I think it'll be good for traveling, because that was kind of also why I wanted an e-reader, so I could just travel with it. It also has this like back. The review is also not really about this case, but I figured why not just give my opinions about the case as well. But it's kind of nice because it has this little back flap so you can like stand it up. I will say, as a right-handed person, this strap, the handle being on this side is a little awkward for me personally. I don't know, my hands are not quite big enough to like, it's kind of a lot to hold this with my right hand, and the strap's not really like on my hand here. That could just be a me problem because I have kind of small hands. I'll also show it without the case on just so you can see. It is so small, it's crazy. I will say before I get into the full review, I have never had an e-reader in my adult life. My mom had a Barnes & Noble Nook a long time ago, like back when I think like they first came out. But I personally I've never had a Kindle or anything like that. So this is my very first e-reader, baby's first e-reader. First, I wanted to go over why I chose a Kobo over a Kindle, for example. And that's because I, quite frankly, didn't really want to support Amazon. I know Amazon has the corner on the e-reader market. I definitely think in comparison, Kindles can be a little bit cheaper, at least certain ones. I have the black and white, so I think something comparable would probably be $20, $30 cheaper maybe. But that's not the point. It's not just about it being cheap. It's the principle of the thing. I just really didn't want to support Amazon. I feel like what they're doing in their ecosystem of book selling is just very detrimental to small bookstores. My understanding is that Kobo does to some extent. They have a retail program where I think you can connect it to your local bookstores, and local bookstores can make a percentage of sales, a commission, based off of books you buy. I don't know how that works fully because like I said, I'm new to this, so I'm learning that in the process. But my understanding is that Kobo is still slightly better for local bookstores overall than Amazon. So also books I know are a loss leader for Amazon because it basically gets you in the door to spend money on other shit. So I just didn't really want to contribute to Amazon anymore than we need to. It's just not necessary. Also, I watched quite a few reviews of Kindle versus Kobo. I found that the library integration is better on Kobo. My understanding with Amazon is that you have to get it from your library and then download it to your Amazon account, then put it on your Kindle. It doesn't sound like that crazy, but to me, just like the extra steps are just not necessary, whereas Kobo has that integrated into their e-reader. On the Kobo, you can just log into your Overdrive Libby account on here. I can not only scroll through all of these books that they have through my library, but I can like search for stuff within your library system. So that's kind of nice. I just didn't really want the extra step of having to like transfer everything to my e-reader. I also asked myself when I was deciding between Kobo and Kindle, how I really wanted to read books on it. Like, how did I want to get my books? I just decided personally that I would rather get books from the library and read them on my Kobo rather than buying them. Even though I may buy books at some point, but I just found like, if I'm gonna buy a book, I would rather just buy a physical copy of a book. And then if I wanted to e-read a book, or if I was traveling and I wanted to have a book with me while I was gone, I just would rather get it from the library and read it that way. I get most of my books in general from the library. I don't have a space for a ton of books, so I just kind of figured I'd probably just be using the library most of the time. Also, another feature that Kobo has on the e-reader is the activity button, which will show you your progress in the current book you're reading, as well as how many hours you've been reading, books finished, things like that, average minutes per session if you care about those types of things. I think it's kind of nice too because you can go within your book and you click on your book. I'm currently reading Frankenstein. Highly recommend. It's really good. It also shows you how many minutes you have left in a chapter, how long in general the book is going to take you to read, and it kind of also takes into consideration how quickly you're getting through the pages, basically, which is nice. So those were my pros for the e-reader. Now I'm going to be going through a couple things that I would consider cons, and that is the Kobo Plus feature, which is like a subscription where you pay $8 a month, and you kind of get access to as many audiobooks or ebooks as you like, which is nice, I will say. However, I did the free trial, which is only for a month, which did kind of suck because I was like, 1 month. I didn't have like any time to read anything on there, but I just found like, unless you really scroll, you can find like a few things in there that you might want to read, but for the most part, I feel like it's a lot of stuff that you probably wouldn't want to read to begin with. So I just found that there's not a lot in there to me to like make that price, even that low price, worthwhile. Maybe there's things in there you like. I think you can kind of browse it before you sign up. So you could take a look, see if there's any things you're interested in. Maybe it's worthwhile for you, but I didn't feel like the value was there for that subscription, so I canceled it. Also, another con I would say for Kobo is that their ebook library for what you can buy is a little limited. I won't say it's like I think it's getting better and they're adding to it, but there have been things that I've searched for on the app that they don't have to purchase. They do still have like good deals and they do have a lot of books. I just find that there are holes within their catalog as to what you can buy. I don't know if that's a specifically Kobo thing or if Amazon has the corner on certain books. Like I think they get like certain rights to selling books. I could be wrong. My understanding was that Amazon would get exclusivity with certain books to sell. So that could be a reason as to why Kobo doesn't have those books. But like I said, I decided that I was mostly going to use my library for that, so it didn't really matter to me one way or the other if Kobo was selling them. If that's a big deal for you, that might be something to consider. I will say I'm also signed up for an email list called Bookbub. They send me emails every day showing me like deals on different ebooks. They'll send me a thing saying, hey, this book is $1, and then you can choose if you want to purchase it through Amazon or Kobo or whatever. That's also a nice thing to have if you do want to buy books. You can sign up for that to alert you to book deals as well. That is just my little review for my Kobo. Like I said, I've only been using it for a month, so that's just my initial kind of reaction, things that I've noticed using it. Other than that, I think overall I love it. I highly recommend if you or somebody else is kind of in the market for an e-reader. If you don't want to support Amazon, totally get it. These are pretty comparable price-wise. They also, I totally forgot to mention, they also did just put out a little compatible remote that goes with it. So you can like be cozy in bed and just like flick through the pages, which is nice. It's $30, so I don't know when or if I'm gonna get that, but kind of, it's a little tempting. So you don't have to always be holding it. You can just flip through the pages. But anyway, I do highly recommend if you're looking for something this holiday season, an e-reader this holiday season, I highly recommend Kobo. So thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.